Ẹ kalẹ́ o. Okay, aṣọ tí mo wọ̀ Abbas ló ṣe aṣọ tí mo wọ̀ ṣe láìkẹ́ ó ga ọmọ tó dùn ọmọ tó ṣàtàṣàtà. My mother is a witch tí àwa premier lẹ́nìí bẹ́ẹ̀ lóòótọ́ ó dá mi padà sí roots because you know a lot of àwọn èèyàn ò mọ̀ pé ọmọbìnrin ni mí so nígbà tí wọ́n pè mí síṣẹ́ yìí tí mo rí script inú mi dùn pé because even though bàbá mi ti dolóògbé inú wọn máa dùn níbikíbi tó bá wà tó bá wo fíìmù mi tó bá rí pé mo gbìyànjú mo dẹ̀ sọ èdè ìlú mi mo dẹ̀ ṣe dáadáa. Ṣé mo nígbàgbọ́ pé ìyá lè jẹ́ àjẹfọ́mọ ẹ̀ ọmọ ló máa lè dáhùn yẹn o ọmọ ló máa lè dáhùn ọmọ ló máa lè sọ bóyá ìyá lè jáde fóun àbí ìyá ò jáde fóun mọ èmi o gẹ́gẹ́ bí èèyàn o gẹ́gẹ́ bí èmi as a mother mo nígbàgbọ́ wípé ìyá wà láti máa dáàbò bo ọmọ.
And then my father, who had lived in Lagos a very long time, but as a proper Benin man who refused to speak Yoruba. So when I started doing Yoruba films, my father would be like, you don't go to English, you don't go to Benin, you know, and all that and all that. So I went through all the journey, Yoruba films, English films, and this particular film took me back to my roots, thereby making my father's wish come true. My father actually wished that I would feature in the Benin film, and even though he's not here, I hope I made you proud. Just watching this film and watching how I was speaking Benin. I mean, I've lived all my life in Lagos, like 47 years of my life in Lagos, and you know, kudos to my dad. My dad is a typical Benin man that, you know, in the house, if you want to speak to my dad, you have to speak Benin. So you have to, especially if you ask for money. If you ask for money, you go need to speak the Benin before he gives you the money. So, you know, and that's why as parents, we should actually encourage our kids not to throw away our tradition, be it our way of mode of dressing or our language, which is very important. Because, you know, if we lose our identity, then we are nobodies. So that being said, this film took me to my roots, and also it also resonated with me as I've been a single mom before I got married. For years, I was a single mom to Michelle. And let me tell you guys something. Like 3 days ago, I had to send a text message to Michelle, and I said, Michelle, I'm so sorry. You might think that, you know, the upbringing I gave you was so harsh. I was harsh. I can't lie. I was harsh. Yeah, but I raised a vessel for God. Yeah, I said, you folks should clap for me now.
Come on, hands together.
So I had to send a text message to her a few days ago, and I said, that's one thing this film taught me.
Let's pay attention, please.
We need to have, it's very important to have closure on so many issues. And then we need to also pay attention to our kids. I'm just going to, please, I won't bore you, but I'm just going to quickly share the story. So, a few years ago, I sent my daughter to Canada for school. And one day, I was calling her, she didn't pick my calls. I called her friend. I'm like, Precious, I'm calling your friend, she's not picking my call. So she said, okay, Mommy, I'm going to call you back. Then she called me back and said, okay, Mommy, you can call Michelle, she's not pick. And then when she picked, I'm like, Michelle, I've been calling, you're not picking my call. She said, Mommy, I'm traumatized. I said, what's trauma? Are you okay? She said, Mommy, I remember you hit a bucket on my head one day. And then I said, are you mad? You did crazy. Oh, so because you're abroad now, you know, and I'm not thinking of how that would make her feel. That's what this film would do to a lot of people. I think it's about time we start to have this conversation. We have a lot of damaged adults around everywhere, yeah, who are not properly healed from their childhood trauma. So I'm so proud to be part of this project. I'm sure a lot of you have been seeing how I've been pushing this film with my blood, because I believe that it's time we need to start having these conversations. I mean, that's why we have narcissists all over the place. Like, people are still stuck. And, you know, as African parents, we are too proud. We are too proud to So if I can throw away, I mean, probably if I can throw away my apology 3 days ago, and I told Michelle that Michelle, I'm sorry. She was like, Mommy, are you okay? Are you alright? Is everything going on with you? Are you good? So if I can do that, I think a lot of people will be able to relate to this film, to resonate with a lot of people. It's a call to action to African parents. Yes, I get it, but there should be limitations to what we do actually. Too much of everything they say is bad. So please guys, spread the word. Thank you for coming. Please tell a friend to go to the cinema to see my mother in a week. God bless you.
Amen.
And thank you for indulging me. I'm sorry I took your time.
Amen.
Thank you.
Also, so because of time, Koinsala will ask Timini, Neo a question, and then we move on. But we're going to begin with Koinsala.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. All right. Your question for Timini?
I have to. So she just spoke from a mother's POV. I would like to hear from obviously, I understand. But Timini told us something on the red carpet. He said he did something one day where he put, I think it was a knockout in the toilet, and he blew up his mom's toilet, right? So, is that, sorry, did I speak too much?
I said it was
You
red
said
carpet.
that? Okay, so I'm free to ask my question then. All right, if you were to advise African parents, because African parents seem to think that tough love works all the time. I mean, she could have easily communicated with her child, but she did not. And this is something that most of our parents do. So if you were to advise African parents, do you think that tough love... Wait, sorry about that. I saw something on Auntie Mercy's page where she tried to speak with Efe in a loving manner. Sorry, don't do that again. Then she tried to parenting, it didn't work. Until she used African parenting with broom and all of that, right? It works for some people, and it doesn't work for some others, right? So what would you advise? Would you tell them that, I don't think this works, but then it works for some people, so how do we balance all of this? Because you can't keep on doing gentle parenting for all kids. But don't let me say anything more, but what do you think? I'd like to know your perspective on this.
Okay, first of all, I'm not a parent yet, right? But I know that the kind of discipline that I needed as a kid, because I was a very stubborn kid, right? The kind of discipline I needed to be who I am today, I thank my mom, I thank my dad for every time that they brushed me, But moving forward, I feel like tough parenting doesn't always have to be physical, like in terms of like beating and all of that. There's things that have changed, kids are sharper, a 12-year-old now we know what a 12-year-old used to be when I was 12, So I feel like I also need to understand that every kid is going to be different. So as parents, like Auntie Mercy said, I feel like parents just need to be attentive and find the peculiar needs for your child and just communicate. At the end of the day, the trauma that comes from beating doesn't always work in the positive light for the kid. I know some people that were beaten until today they still have anxiety, they still have PTSD and whatnot. So when I'm a parent though, I promise that, or just I hope that I will be able to have the patience to communicate with my kid as much as possible and be the best dad that I can be without giving them any scars. Then that's my second question. Obviously, Efe, I'm so proud of you. You called, I didn't even need to read the script. When true friends call, you ask, you drop everything you're doing and you show up, no questions asked. And I'm happy that you've made all of us proud. Efe is my longest friend I've ever had in this life. She knew me, we knew each other before like all of this, and looking back to where we're coming from now, I just want to say that I am so proud of you. I wish you all the best. We will push this film with all our heart, all our soul, because you deserve the best, and I like it when good things happen to good people.
They just want people to cry today. Please, no more. So we want audience interaction as well. So if you have questions, we're just going to take 2 from the crowd. Just 2 questions from the crowd. But I want to quickly ask Neo and of course Princess a question. So I'm going to begin with Neo. Neo, you've done so much already. And there's this mold that people from that reality show have not been able to break. You've been able to do that, and you're doing that in really big movies. How does it make you feel being part of a moment like this? Knowing that this is not just another Nollywood movie, but a movie that has meaning to the people that are in this movie.
To be honest, I think it's just God. Because when I look at my journey, I mean, I'm literally just 5 years in this industry, right? And I look at my journey and I'm just like, there are 1,001 people doing exactly what I do. Do you understand? But I feel like God just has a way of putting me in the right places at the right time, surrounding me with the right people at the right time as well. I mean, it's my second time working with Director Nee. It's my second project with Timini. My second project with Messi as well. I mean, it's amazing, and I'm just really grateful to God. I wake up every day and I count my blessings because I feel like it's not easy. It's the grace of God. We're in Lagos. Everybody's here to hustle.
Also, yeah.
You understand? So I just really thank God for every single thing and the people that I walk out of rooms of, and they're just there speaking good of me. I don't even know them, but by God's grace, I'm here. I'm standing. I can't speak English, I'm one of the best, man. I don't worry about anyhow I be, man. I'm just really grateful to God, and big shout out to Aigbe. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be with you. Thank you for taking me back home. I mean, some of you I don't know about the South ball, you understand? Director Nee, I love you. Like, I love you. I love everything you do. It's a pleasure to be part of anything you are doing. And I don't tell you, if you want to come, you come here, I go do one for free. I don't tell you. Auntie Messi, you are amazing. Chaka, no worry. Auntie Messi, you are amazing. On set, you are one of the most you're one of the most welcoming people. Like, I remember having conversations with you about YouTube. You might think I've forgotten, but I mean, you are just so welcoming, and it's amazing to be in your space and to pick your brains as well. Bad boy T, I love you, my guy. Like, you have no idea, man. Since I came into the industry, it's been nothing but love, vibes, good energy every time. Look at the chaka me, they go, no worries, chaka, relax now. Importantly, this is a film that I am really proud of. Like, to be honest, it's the first film I've ever done that took me out of Lagos. If it made sure we're so comfortable, and see, trust me, I dey use God beg una. Whatever you have to do, carry your friends and your family members. On the 23rd, it's going to be out. Take them to any cinema in Nigeria to see this film. I beg you in the name of God. I love you guys so much. Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna go straight to Princess right now. Corey, what's the question for Princess?
I just want to ask quickly, like, what was your experience like working with these legends, right? I told Miss Aigbe that I've been watching her since I was a child. This is the most bankable actor in Africa. I absolutely am in love with Neil's talent. I love it.
Miss Aigbe said she's a baby girl for life.
Okay, baby girl is a legend. How was it like working with each and every one of them? Please let us know.
It was awesome. I had an awesome experience. From the beginning, in fact, I enjoyed the set from the beginning to the end. Like, I didn't want it to end. And obviously, I met a lot of amazing people, the director, his wife, and of course, Efirele, Auntie Messi, Aigbe. In fact, she's a blessing to me, and I met BT. You know now. I knew I'd go for it. As a matter of fact, the very first day I saw the script, I read it and I cried. Honestly, I cried. Like, the story was just different. It was not the regular Nigerian story, but it's a story that everybody, even in the family, can relate to it. Yes, that happened to our aunties, our sisters, our daughters. Honestly, Director Nee, you did a good job. Thank you.
All right, amazing. Come on, hands together for Princess. Hands together for Princess. We have to go home, but we want to take 2 questions from the crowd. You have a question here. I know so many people will look me well. I go call you. So be careful of the eye you give me now. May I not see you? Who was that? Okay. Can you come forward, please? Come forward. Because you have to use the mic now. Come forward. Come forward. Can you shout? Let's just oh yeah, shout. What's your question?
Let's pass the mic.
We can hear you. Shout, please.
So it's not really a question. I just want to say well done. I mean, coming from the south, I know when you're asked, where are you from? So you're not Yoruba. You're not Hausa. Are you Igbo? Nobody knows like you're from, Benin, you're from, everybody's Igbo once you're from Benin, Delta. And just watching this, watching the culture, people are going to fall in love with the culture. People are going to know that there's somewhere like this, the language, everything. I'm so proud. I'm so grateful that you decided to, do this for us.
Vlogs. Now what is supposed to carry this one? Vlogs, carry this one. Thank you so much. Anybody have a comment or question? One more person. No Benin person there.
a question. All right.
Okay, go ahead.
You didn't have to do it like that.
I want to ask, how welcoming was it to take spiritual masterpiece, work of art on talent film,